Hey guys, Nick here, and today we're going to talk about supports in Star Trek Online. And I'll do a rundown on my current Awani build, which is set up right now as a Do Nanny. So I call Do is directed energy weapons. But guys, while I'm running over the build, I will just talk to you why certain things are done. And just before we start, I'll do a basic rundown of what a nanny or a support is in Star Trek Online. So I'd say a support is someone whose job is to make someone else's time easier, or you make one person have a nice time in the game. So the way I said that is you know I can take my support build into a run with Trizander at the end of his stream. He might have no tank, he might have no control, he might have no debuffer, but I'll make the run cleaner, smoother, easier because this build brings everything that a DPS build doesn't bring. So this build is not bringing damage, it's bringing debuff, it's bringing control, it's bringing less damage, it's bringing shield offline capabilities, and it's bringing team healing. So guys, I say this, I know it's probably not the most popular build type, but I would say give it a try. If you're one that likes to do ISCs and tries to build DPS builds, give supporting a try, because I think you'll find that helping others can be just as, it's a nice feeling. You're helping others get, maybe get more DPS in their ISC, or you might make someone's day because they just go, I've never completed that TFO, and you just made it, so much easier. So guys, to the build. It's on our Awani command carrier, which just come out in the 14th anniversary bundle. You can pick it up either if you get the full bundle or pick it up on its own. But to the build. So we're running Mark II crafted weapons from the R&D, because weapon procs are very inconsistent, guys. So if you're not running weapon cycle haste to fire your weapons faster, you might get one or two procs in like 2 minutes. So you might shoot it off on a target that's got 1% health. Boom, your weapon proc's completely wasted. So supports have for the last couple of years have swapped from like running corrosive plasmas, or generalized like some disruptors. I blanking on the types we used to run because it's been that long. But if you're gonna run a support, you drop your weapon power down, because the idea of these builds is to do less damage to allow everybody else to do more damage. Okay, guys. So I'm running a crafted Omni just to cut a bit more coverage if I'm maybe messing up my firing angles. And I'm running the inhibiting Omni from Gamma Reputation because it has a built-in debuff when you're firing at targets that are faster than you. So if you're just flying at like half impulse in like circles, you're faster than anything else around you, so you'll be getting guaranteed debuff. I'm running Protomatter Field Projector from the Lukari Hokun Science Vessel. It's from either from the event, or it was from... So the event, it was several years ago. I didn't get it, so I have to... Every time I get this console, guys, I have to get it with a Epic Phoenix token, which is can be quite expensive. Next, we have our Sensor Suspension Burst. 2 self and allied players within 20 kilometers, 20% crit hit chance. So, crit hit, is bigger damage, making them crit more, making them do more damage, guys. So, and this was from the... I'm forgetting its name right now, guys. Real professional of me. It's from the support. It's from the Alliance. The Jarok Alliance carrier, guys. Wow, that's been a few events ago. That's kind of surprising. I was thinking it'd be further up here, but that's actually been quite a while now. That's from the Jarok Alliance carrier, guys. Next console, Cascading Subatomic Disruptions. This is for the spreading AoE debuff, guys. So it does electrical damage, but if you see below, and you'll see a consistent theme in this build, guys, it's got negative or damage resistance rating to different targets. So guys, most of these will either do a little bit of damage or basically none, but they bring negative damage resistance rating. So the damage that you do is highly outweighed by the debuff that you bring, because your primary target's taking -40, then the next 2 are taking -20, then the next 4 are taking -10. So you're just spreading debuff around, which is quite valuable. Next is interphasic instability from the Phoenix store. So guys, you get up, I think it's a rare, not a rare, I think it's a very rare token now, guys, from the Phoenix store. Sorry, my nose is itchy like hell. 2 foes and foes allies within 3 kilometers, -25%, 25 all damage resistance rating. I don't know why I said percent there, guys. That's from the Phoenix store. From the Dominion targeting synchronizer from the Dominion. It is from the Dominion Dreadnought Cruiser. So, Dreadnought Cruiser. Our comes with Jem'Hadar, our targeting synchronizer universal console. This is for our energy weapon builds that we're buffing. It is 2 foe -30 all damage resistance rating, and to the allies that are firing against that foe, 30% fire cycling haste and 30% negative power cost. So guys, they're draining 30% less power drain, and they're firing 30% faster. So again, your any duet build guys are gonna love you for using this console with them. Next is our flagship tactical computer from our Tactical Odysseys, or our legendary our tactical flagships. So it's from either from our legendary Command Dreadnought Cruiser, or our Endeavor class, or our Tiger Core class, or our Khopesh, guys. So that's where that console comes from, is our flagship tactical computer. Next, we have our cutting tractor beam, guys. This sure does a little bit of damage, and it makes your universals do more damage. But if you space it out correctly, its main purpose on this build is, if you can see all the way down at the bottom, if target is below 50% hull, will disable target's engines or shields for 60 seconds. Guys, this is like a primary target console. So your big dreadnoughts, your Porg cubes, your your Wolf 359 Borg cube, you'll disable its shields and its engines for 60 seconds. So basically, nothing's surviving that long with its engines or its shields offline, because it's either going to be, straight to hull, or it's going to be engines offline and can't run away from you. Next up is our... Oh, and that is from the exchange, guys, so I'll just show you real quick. Cutting tractor. That doesn't help. Here we go. Cheapest one on the exchange right now is 4 million EC. Next up is our deconstructive resonance emitter. So guys, same again. It does a little bit of damage in a cone, but it means in a group situation, this can do up to, I'm trying to do the math on that, it's 5.5 times 12. So that, I think, is 66 debuff. I think half a stack times 12 is 6. 6 by 12 is 72. Minus 6 is 66. So that's just up to 66 debuff in a cone situation in a group. So that's quite a lot of debuff. Next is our... And this is from the Phoenix store, guys. Sorry, I've recorded this at once and I completely forgot to mention where everything comes from. And now I'm going and missing a few, but I'm trying to remind myself. Tell everybody where it's from, Nick, because people don't know where these consoles come from, and I should let them know. But guys, leave in the comments down below if just say terrible Australian, terrible, But anyway, all jokes aside, guys, next console up is a high energy communication network. For 20 seconds to all allies, plus 100 accuracy. So guys, if you don't know what accuracy does in the game, it goes into accuracy overflow, meaning like you're not going to miss, you're going to hit your targets, And if you're in accuracy overflow, that means you're converting that accuracy into a small percentage of crit chance. So you giving 100 accuracy means your DPSer is never going to miss, plus you might give them more crit chance if they have a little bit of accuracy already. And then they have plus 20% shield resistance, so they're going to get a bit more shield tanky. And 2 foes within 4 kilometers, minus 30 all damage resistance rating. So this is quite a good because it's a two-parter. It's a team buff and it's a debuff. So you're helping your teammate out and you're also debuffing an enemy. Next up is the hyper-focusing Trinary Rays. So 2 foes, you're going to have some radiation damage, but the big one is the minus 75% all damage resistance rating for 10 seconds. And then the big one, I'd say something to remember about this build, this console, is the minus 83.3% speed and turn rate while using this console. So guys, if you're going to use this console and say, oh shit, I need to go somewhere, you won't be able to because you'll be slowed by 83%. And this console comes from the Lafayette. I don't know if it's called the Lafayette in the C-Store. Nope, it's called, I think it's the Recon. Oh, it is called the Lafayette. I just don't know how to spell, guys. So it's from the Lafayette class Recon Destroyer, which just come from the 14th anniversary bundle. So guys, if you just got the 14th anniversary bundle, you have this ship because it was part of the bundle. I already had it because for the last several years I've been using this console, but it hasn't been one of the more popular consoles in the game because I don't ever see it get used except if I'm the one using it. Next up is the Iwani console, guys. So I'm flying the Iwani. This is the Iwani console. Fleet Power Network Array. 2 friends and up to 12 pets they control. 50 to 125% fire cycling haste. So guys, if you watched till now, you'll see that I've referenced a few things that give fire cycling haste. They are not even half of the maximum that this console can give. So guys, if you're going to buff energy weapons, this console is incredible. It currently is bugged, guys. I'll mention that. It is currently bugged. So if you say tonight, watch this video and go and pick it up and use it, it is currently bugged. It is going to be fixed. But even after it's getting fixed, 125% fire cycling haste is like everything else in the game from like what I can give to someone fire cycling haste and more. So this is like doubling the amount we can help out our energy weapon builds. So it's quite an exciting time, guys, because before in elite content, torpedoes have just ruled the day, but now we're kind of seeing like the light at, you'd say the gold at the end of the rainbow or the treasure at the end of the rainbow. Like we now, might be able to equal out energy weapons and elite content. So guys, it's happy days for those who don't like torpedoes and like their energy weapons. Next up is the Tachyo Net Drone. So guys, this is a big console for this build. I want to stress, like, if you want to get into supporting, this is probably #1 on my recommendation for consoles you want to pick up. There's always like platforms. Like I'd say if you're brand new, Iwani's probably #1 now because it can support energy weapons, it can support torpedoes, it can probably tank. Like it's just a really, versatile ship, and I'm really enjoying flying it. But if you're going to say then start building on that, Tachyo Net Drones is probably secondary because you can use this on your DPS builds. You can use this on your tank builds. For those who watch my tank video, I run this on my tank. You can run this on your support builds. You can run this on your control builds, guys. You can run this on all your builds. It's quite a versatile console. So guys, deploys a Tachyo Net Drones for 45 seconds. So it's around a target. It's quite a large area. Like you put this on a tac cube, it surrounds a tac cube. So it's quite the large area. And to all foes within the 3-kilometer radius around your target, it's minus 41% all damage resistance rating, reveals cloak ships, and on crits does a bit of kinetic damage. But the big kicker here, guys, is on crit hits, shields offline. It does, I think it says 3 seconds here. It does scale a little bit more with your drain up in space, but it is on every crit hit and different people's crit hits, shields offline. So you potentially can have someone shields offline for 45 seconds, guys. And that's not just one target. You can control things into the net, and you can have multiple people shields offline for 45 seconds. So it's pretty potent, guys. So really, really good console, guys. Same again with like the Trinaries. I don't see too many people using this console. I see, the higher end people use it, but this would be a console like I'd like to see people pick up and say, just bring it into your builds, because like you can just use this on a group and go boom, your shields are offline, I'll do more damage, you have more crit chance. You look at its passives, it's crit chance, crit severity. It's perfect for a DPS build, because maybe you don't need to buy like a lobby console now. You don't need to build your assimilated, a simulated module from the Borg reputation, because this gives you the stats and it also gives you shields offline. It's quite a good console, guys. Next up is our opening salvo. So opening salvo does a similar job to Tachyo Net drones. It was the original Tachyo Net drones. It fires 4 salvos at up to 5 targets, knocks the target's subsystems offline for 5 seconds. So guys, this scales with Drain, so up in space, this will be probably like 8 seconds. So you fire this at a target, their shields are offline, their engines are offline, and their weapons are offline. So basically the target's dead in the water while you have this up. So this is like used in combination with Tachyo Net drones and carrier wave shield hacking to basically make main targets have no shields and just stop in their tracks and go, So like, used to be the main threats, and now basically target dummies, because they're just offline. Next up is the Elite Type 7 shuttlecraft, guys. So these come from the Iwani, but the cool part about these shuttles, guys, before today, debuffing pets, or before 2 days ago, 3 days ago, when the 14th anniversary bundle, all debuffing pets, all the Styx pets, the Tholian pets were locked to certain ships. Now that's no longer the case, guys. So you can see the smile on my face. It's quite a big moment for the game, because this means every single ship that has a hangar bay can bring a bay of these pets if you have the Iwani. It is Fire at Will, Attack Pattern Beta 3, and Close In Sensor Pass 3. So guys, Close In Sensor Pass is a new ability with these pets, but it's a debuffing ability. Just, if you can read here, it's a debuffing ability. So it's perfect for these builds. So if you just do the numbers, guys, one hangar bay of these is 6. Attack Pattern Beta 3 is 50 debuff. 6 of these times 50, I'm trying to do the math on that, that's 300 all damage resistance rating negative with Fire at Will. So guys, that's firing at multiple targets spreading around. You times that by 10, so you could have 3,000 debuff. Say you have a full run of each ship was 2 hangar bays in a 5-man run. That's 3,000 negative debuff from just the pets, guys, and that's not even counting the close-in sensor pass. So guys, like, if you just want to get into nannying and you're brand new, the Iwani is incredible value, because the trait is a nanny trait, which we'll mention later on. The console is a nanny trait. The pets are nanny pets. The ship is a great nanny, and it's so there's really there's no loss for buying the Iwani if you want to get into supporting, guys. Next up, I'm gonna go into our skills. Basically, guys, we run Intel because of the Intel fleet, so we can give the plus armor pen, shield pen to our teammates to make them do more damage. And we run our Temporal Operative just for cooldown reduction boosts and stat boosts with plus 50 EPG, because certain things in our builds scale with that EPG. Next up, guys, our traits. Feel the weight of our presence. So most of these are lockbox trait, guys. So Infinity Lockbox, they're off the exchange. Feel the weight of our presence. Minus damage resistance rating for how many foes. So if you get the more foes, like if you have a pet build on the map, you're gonna get up to 12.5 debuff to everything around you. So it's just more debuff. Inspirational Leader. So this is more of a personal buff, but it's giving you more stats, so more control, more drain. So you control your grav well is going to be stronger. Your drain is going to be stronger. Your shield team healing buff is going to be stronger. So unconventional systems. This is massive on this build, guys, because basically everything on this build is a universal console. This is cooling down our universal consoles even quicker. invasive control programming. So guys, this is probably a trait you've probably never seen before, never had reference before, but it is affected targets have a random subsystem taken offline for 6 seconds. So this is a very random trait, very inconsistent, but you know, if you target your main targets and for some reason their engines or their shields are offline, that's just an added bonus from this trait. Guys, I'm running Helmsman. This is a completely irrelevant trait, guys. This is just because at the time of me making this, I had nothing else in this situation to run because I don't need more crit severity. I don't need more shield pen. I don't need more damage when I'm cloaking. I don't need more crit on my exotic abilities. I don't need most of these because I don't want to add more damage to my build. So I'm running Helmsman just so I turn quicker and I'm in the right position quicker. Psychological warfare, guys. Or is it, I think physiological warfare. Yeah, you know me in pronouncing things, guys. 20% bonus control ability effectiveness. So this is basically saying your gravity well is going to pull things in 20% faster. Fresh from R&R. Guys, so this is making my tactical team, your engineering team, your science team, or your intel team have a minus 5% shared cooldown. So this is for my tactical team in here, and this is going to reference to our Starship trait, Team Synergy. So guys, if you've ever looked at a Borg, in Borg content, you get boarded. Tactical team removes that, or makes it so you can't be boarded. So with this ability, within 10 kilometers, I'm making sure that everybody in my TFO group is not getting boarded and not having their weapons locked out by the Borg. Or certain other situations where, like, you need science team to take off, like, is it subnuke and a few other things, and just restart your weapons or whatever it is. So I can run those team abilities, and the DPSer or the tank don't have to because I can provide it for them. Next up, guys, in the traits, Boimler, the Boimler effect. So, guys, this is a trait you've probably seen on every single build since it's come out. 17.5% chance to recover the bridge officer ability to its shared cooldown. So you hit an ability, you have a 17.5 chance to bring everything to its global cooldown. This console comes from the Lobby store, so this is probably the most expensive trait on this build because it's probably, I remember spending quite a lot of money on this one back in the day. We can actually look that up real quick. Let's go. The Boimler. The Boimler effect, 65 million EC on the exchange right now, guys. Next up, the Fragment of AI Tech. 13.3% energy weapon damage, which is not exactly why I'm running this. We're running this for the plus 50 control expertise. So this is making my energy weapons do a little bit more damage, but because I'm using Mark 2s, Mark 2's getting a 13% buff. It's not really that impactful. It's for the plus 50 control. So guys, it's plus 50 control is going towards our gravity well, making our gravity well that much stronger, making us control things quicker, making them go into our main target so they die all together at once. And last but not least, Into the Breach. Into the Breach is, if you, for some reason, as a support, take a kill, means you're going to spread debuff around to other targets. Most of the time you aim not to get kills, but just in case you do, this is kind of giving you, it's a, oh, okay, sorry, but I'm still helping by doing that, because you would like to make sure the other people are getting, because maybe they're running the trait, the Ruin of Our Enemies, which is a damage bonus for getting kills, or Terran Goodbye, which is a crit stack bonus for getting kills, guys. So, but this is a, oh, okay, sorry, I took a kill, but I'm spreading more debuff, so maybe you'll get the kill next time. To our Starship traits, Unified Engineering. When activating auxiliary to structural or any command bridge officer ability to team and self for 15 seconds, 10% hull, 10% recharge for our bridge officer abilities, 10% flight turn rate, 10% flight speed, and 50% hull. Guys, this trait does stack, so if you have 2, 3, 4 people, you just times by 2, times by 3, times by 4 on those numbers, and you can see, that's actually quite impactful. To, like, maybe if you have 4, you have 200% hull regen, 40% flight speed, 40% turn rate, 40% recharge speed, 40% maximum hull. So you guys, that's a lot of stats adding to the team, from this trait. And this is from the Baran. Hey guys, sorry, I'm back. Yeah, you might notice the chop and change. Was recording the video, got to carry wave shield hacking, and went to show it where it comes from. It comes from, say, Infinity Prize trait box, and realizing there's none up on the exchange right now, guys. No, generally these are about 1,000,000 EC per. I have I'd say, 100 or so of these on my main. So guys, if you are interested in doing this build, don't bother looking it up. Message me in Discord. Say, hey, do you mind sending me a carry wave shield hacking? Put in your @handle and I'll send you one. But the reason why this trait is good and on this build, activating Tractor Beam or any intel ability, shields offline for 5 seconds. So guys, I'm not running any intel abilities because this ship doesn't have the capability of doing so, but I have Tractor Beam, so on your main target means it means that basically between my opening salvo, my tachyonet drones, and my carry wave shield hacking, there is no shields on my primary targets ever. So instead of having to rip through those shields on builds that aren't designed to do so, you're getting straight the hull that is debuffed to up the wazoo, and probably shouldn't say up the wazoo and say it in a more technical term, guys, but yeah, you get the point. You get shields offline, and then something's gone to like negative 500% the hull resistance rating, so they're taking a hell of a lot more damage than they normally would, and happy days. Next up, because this build is focusing on energy weapons, activating auxiliary power to structural integrity field, or any Miracle Worker Bridge Office ability, minus 20% power cost for yourself and your allies within 7.5 kilometers. The guys, energy weapon builds are, when you fire a weapon, you have weapon power drain, so making sure the DPS has less weapon power drain means they do more damage, and they're happy campers. Next up, these superior area denial. Sorry guys. This tricks of the trade, before I move on, tricks of the trade comes from the Jem'Hadar warship. So our Jem'Hadar warship, and as we scrolling, achieving level 5 and your Jem'Hadar Vanguard warship will unlock tricks of the trade starship trait. While the starship trait is active, Ox to Sif will act, and any Miracle Worker will activate will give your team the weapon power reduction. Next ability, Superior Area Denial, guys. So this comes from the Mirror Angle. So if you have, is it the 11th or 12th anniversary, guys? Someone, or is it I think it's 11th. Guys, someone let me know down in the comments below which bundle this actually come from. But it's either from Infinity Lockbox, guys, currently, or if you have one of those bundles, you have this on account unlock. So really, really nice trait, because when you activate your firing mode, it gives you your pets a firing mode. It gives your pets fire at will or scatter volley. So if you want to do a pet build, Superior Area Denial is a good build, a good trait. Sorry, and 2 targets hit, minus 30 all damage resistance rating. And it says does not stack, but I feel like that's incorrect. I feel like it does stack. But guys, the double check on that one myself, because I have pretty sure that tooltip's wrong, guys, because I've seen multiple stacks on a target. Next up is Inertial Supremacy from the Rex Pilot Escort that just come out in the event. Weapon attacks during AoE firing mode, so our fire at will or cannon scatter volley, minus 20 damage resistance rating to foes for 30 seconds, scaling up with speed up to 50 at 240 speed. So, guys, so basically, the quicker you're moving, the more debuff you're doing under your firing mode, so your fire at will or your cannon scatter volley. Again, yeah, then again, guys, more debuff, more debuff, more debuff. So the trait a reference to earlier, Team Synergy, guys, from our Dreadnought Cruiser. Basically, so it applies lesser versions of team abilities to your team within 10 kilometers. So you hit tac team on yourself, you're going to give your entire team tac team if they're within 10 kilometers. So that's clearing boarding parties. You give the same to engineering team or science team, you're clearing plague cage, you're clearing holds and other little things during the run. Flagship staffing. This is from the Iwani, guys. 2 allied targets of any command, hull healing, or shield healing bridge officer ability reset the cooldown of any non-spec firing mode, so fire at will, cannon scatter volley, beam overload, or rapid fire, torpedo spread, or high yield to their to their shared cooldown, not below. So guys, if you hit fire at will, it'll bring fire at will to a 20-second cooldown. If you hit the cannon scatter volley, it'll hit it to a 15-second cooldown, and so forth. And 33% fire cycling haste for energy weapons. So guys, this is the same before as the Iwani console. The Iwani is basically a ship designed to buff energy weapons. Everything about this ship is saying, you buy this ship, you're buffing your energy weapons up, or you're buffing your teammates' energy weapons up. To our space traits, guys. So most of this will look similar to most builds, but there's some slight changes. So guys, precision for the crit chance, for a 5% crit chance. Tyler's duality for a crit chance, because certain things will do more. Certain might do more debuff, might do more shield, might do certain things if we have more crit. Chronocapacitor, reducing the crit, reduces the recharge time of your bridge officer abilities by 9.4%. Pretty self-explanatory, guys. We want everything back off cooldown so we can use it more. And sensor targeting assault. So while effect is active, next outgoing crit hit will apply weapons offline for 5 seconds, which consumes the effect, refreshes 20 seconds later. So you're taking the weapons offline on random targets every 20 or 25 seconds. You might knock the assimilator's weapons offline. You might knock your Vaudois big target offline, your Idonian Dreadnought, your main targets if you use these build, guys. You might knock their weapons offline, and it's just, your big scary targets have no weapons anymore. And to our stations finally, guys. So this is a bit more important. I won't say important, but this is where you go, oh, that doesn't look too different to a normal build. But guys, the main purpose of a nanny, you want to make sure you're bringing control. You're bringing the buff. So this is for torpedoes. So guys, if you're buffing a torpedo person, you want to bring Concentrate Firepower 3. We're bringing Fire at Will. We're bringing Beta to spread our debuff. And that's from Fire at Will. Fire at Will allows to spread Beta. And then we're bringing Tactical Team. The rest is all unconventional systems procs or a shield heal to proc our Iwani trait. So Tractor Beam is our uncon, and also for proc for carry wave shield hacking. Jam Target Senses is for uncon. Photonic Shockwave is for uncon. Emit Unstable Warp Bubble is for uncon. Eject Warp Plasma is for uncon. And Scramble Senses for uncon. Guys, you can see the kind of theme on this is we want to cool down our universal consoles, because those are the main parts of this build alongside our traits. They are our debuffers, they are our team buffs, they are our team heals, and so forth. And then, of course, the old and trusty emergency powered engines to make sure that we can be where we need to be without evasive maneuvers and the reset DOF. Guys, last but not least is our duty officers. Duty officers for nannies are a little bit unique. So guys, it just shows that I haven't actually reset mine because I'm still got Oxtabat DOFs on here. So guys, I'm going to take those off live. Those aren't needed. So guys, as you can see, you can run your Agent Neural, but it's not really a big impact because you're not really taking as much damage, like say you're a tank. But these 23 is a nice one because on tactical abilities, you have improved team-wide maximum hull for 10 seconds. If you guys know Tyler's duality, the more hull you have, the more crit you have. So if you get that proc, it might not be massive, it might be 0.1% crit chance, but it's a good chance you give your DPS a 0.1% more crit chance. Might not sound like a lot, but in comparison to you running nothing at all, this is still providing more damage to your team. So happy days. I'm running 43 for the science and command cooldown reduction. So guys, if you look at my build, I have 6 science abilities and 1 command ability, 3 tactical, 3 engineering. So I'm My main abilities I generally want back are my science and my command. Sorry, I come out of nowhere. My science and my command, so I'm getting those back more often with this duty officer. It's quite expensive, so I wouldn't really go rush out and buy one, but, you know, it's, nice to have if you do have one. And I'd say basically the only DOF that a nanny should run is the same DOF that every build should run, the emergency con hologram from the Phoenix store. Emergency powered engines resets the cooldown of our evasive moves. Guys, basically, this is the only DOF that I would say a nanny must run. The rest, you go, our energy weapon officers give us more damage. We don't want them. Our gravity well aftershock DOF, cool, but sometimes that can be a bit messy. Our heal DOFs, they don't do enough, so on and so on, guys. There's not too many that actually help you helping your teammates. And guys, that's the build. So just a quick rundown at the end, guys. I know this has been quite the long and quite the different video from me. If you've got any questions about supporting, I will do it more. I won't say I do it more. If you've been in my live stream, you've seen me probably run a build like this. It's something different. It's something unique. I really have enjoyed it the last few years when I'm doing it because, once if you get a little group going, say you find someone else that likes doing this, you find a tank, you find a DPS, and you find a group of friends that go, okay, we can help each other out. We can push numbers. We can make these we can make these different builds. It's a lot of fun, guys, and it brings groups together. Like I've 3 years ago, I'd say it's probably about 3 years ago in this time period, I was this close to quitting Star Trek Online for good. If it wasn't for our very own casual Sab, I probably wouldn't be here today, guys, because he saw my interest in doing DPS and said, come here and try this out. And I was hooked. For the next 2.5 years, almost straight, I'm doing high-end runs in the Star Trek Online community with Spencer, McStew, Rob. If you guys, I know in the streams, if you guys know him, our Cables, Brett from if you know Brett's PvP channel, and Megalodonius, you guys know them, and Kenobi, guys. If you know, these are people more in the in-game chats. If you've seen them, but the two names at the start, McStew and Spencer, Casual Sab. Guys, you'll know those names. I run and talk to those guys every day, and we do these sort of things. And this is what have kept me in this build type has what's kept me in the game, because it's different, it's unique, it's in depth. It's I've got to think about how I'm supporting, but how my tank is doing so that I support him. How we are helping our DPSer out. How we are all working together. It's that team. It's that team play that's really kept me in this game and really kept me interested. So guys, it's that team aspect I really, really enjoy. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to talk anymore because you probably can hear my voice starting to go. If you did like this video, please comment down below and subscribe. I am very, very close to that one big goal of 1,000 subs. And guys, if you know or you don't, at 1,000 subs, I'm going to be opening up. I'm just going to say I'm going to be opening up a lot of keys on the live server, and we will be doing a giveaway on the live stream. So guys, keep an eye out for that, because as soon as we hit 1K, I will schedule a stream for probably the following weekend to rip those keys, and we'll give away a ship. We'll maybe give away a Lobby ship. Maybe we'll give some outfits away. We don't know just yet. Probably on the day we'll go, you know what, give it all away. You never know, guys. So keep an eye out for that. And also, while I'm thinking about it, guys, check into my Discord, because there's currently a giveaway going for a Lobby ship of your choice that has got 6 days remaining on it. So guys, share that around, join my Discord. If you got a friend that needs a Lobby ship and just can't afford one, tell them about my Discord, tell them about the video, and get them into the Discord and give them a chance of winning a ship from me this week, guys. So I'm gonna say thank you. I'm gonna say we'll see you next time, and say bye.